Take me away to a much better place. Yeah, we could run away. Yeah, we could go today.
Dynasty. A dynasty is a powerful family of rulers who rule over a country or a nation for a long period of time. But in the sport of football, a dynasty is translated as a juggernaut squad of men that rule over their respected leagues for a long period of time. There have only been 4 dynasties in this modern era. Who will be 5th? Who will be the team of the 2020s? When you look inside of the womb of a dynasty, they're nothing but underdogs that start from nothing and grew from the ashes. Dynasties grow when everybody's sleeping. When you're too busy paying attention to what's already established, a dynasty is being built right before your very eyes. New York is cooking something special, ladies and gentlemen, and it is not the porterhouse steak. I mean, when you look at a team that has a young head coach, a babyface assassin, shady, no, not that shady, this shady, a defense that was ranked 2nd in the league, you have the 9th pick in the draft, and you have $75 million in cap space. I mean, isn't this not a great time to build a dynasty? Sean McDermott has the Bills right where he wants them. So what does he need to do to turn the Bills into the new kings of the AFC East? Great offenses throughout history has never flourished without some sort of help from their offensive linemen. I mean, how do you know the potential your quarterback has if he's getting hit every other play? Why do you think that this guy ran so much last year? It was not because he wanted to be flashy or make the highlight reel or be a dual threat quarterback. He had to run for his life. His linemen were not protecting him. I mean, I've seen him run more in the NFL than he did in college. Now, I did not see too many of Wyoming highlights with Josh Allen, but most of his highlights were not him running. It was him throwing the football. And had he had the protection he needed, maybe the Bills could have made the playoffs because, you know, a lot of those games he was rattled. We all know when a young quarterback is rattled, he starts missing throws and he starts getting trigger happy. I believe Sean McDermott should go to the former Bill, Frank Wright, and ask him for some advice on how to build an offensive line. Frank Wright did a great job with building the Colts line and protecting Andrew Luck. He turned an offensive line that was ranked 27th in protecting the quarterback to rank 1 in 2018. So Sean McDermott should be taking some notes. Giving Josh Allen the protection he needs is very crucial for the Bills, especially if they want their offense to flourish. It starts with the linemen. The offensive linemen in this draft may not be as fancy as they were in the year of 2013, but that can be a good thing because if you can get an offensive lineman for a cheap price, you can develop him and build a foundation without breaking the bank. Now imagine if you're going to a grocery store and you are shopping for healthy foods because you're on a diet, but you see this candy bar and it looks so good, but you know you do not need it and you know it's not healthy, but it looks and tastes good and you waste your money, then you regret your investment. I know that a lot of Bills fans are upset because they did not get Antonio Brown via trade, but the Bills made a great move on not picking Antonio Brown. Why? The Bills are trying to build a foundation and they're trying to build a dynasty and they're thinking long term. You get a guy like Antonio Brown and you spend all your money or half your money on him, and there's no guarantee he will have the same production in Buffalo as he did in Pittsburgh. We've seen it happen before where you get a star wide receiver and he plays well for one franchise and then he goes to another and he does not produce the same. I'm not saying that he wouldn't be good. You know, you never know, but it's a big high risk, high reward. Plus, it can deter Josh Allen's production. If you give Josh Allen a receiver like Antonio Brown, he is going to feel obligated to throw it to him on any other play. You do not want Josh Allen forcing passes to Antonio Brown just because he's Antonio Brown. I mean, it could be like a blanket of defenders around Antonio Brown, and Josh Allen still throws it to him, and Josh Allen can be picked off, etc. And ESPN, the fans, they'll think that Josh Allen is doing a bad job of reading defenses, but that will not be the case. Josh Allen would just feel trapped that he has his star wide receiver and he has to use it. Now, I know a lot of Bills fans, they're thinking, what should we get at the wide receiver position? In my personal opinion, I believe you should get a receiver that fits your scheme. I believe the Buffalo Bills should draft Hunter Renfrow in the later rounds. Now, to a lot of Bills fans, that may seem stupid and absurd, and you want a flashy wide receiver that can make the highlight reel, but hear me out. Hunter Renfrow is very clutch. Look at those 2 Alabama games. He has made a lot of difficult catches, and he was the reason why they won the BCS National Championship with Deshaun Watson. He made the last catch. Now, guys like that, they're very clutch. Look at Cole Beasley. He has helped Dak Prescott throughout his young career. And basically, I don't believe the Cowboys will be where they are or where they're at, or I don't think Dak Prescott will be as successful as he is without the help of Cole Beasley. The Carolina Panthers were 18-21-1 with Kelvin Benjamin, and they were 21-3 without him, and they went to the Super Bowl. The Seattle Seahawks never had a superstar wide receiver, but they had good, reliable, clutch wide receivers that came up in big games. You see, if Josh Allen has something like that with a good offensive line and a great defense, they can control the ball, and that wins games. Josh Allen needs a reliable wide receiver. The Bills need a receiver that can fit Brian Dubal's West Coast scheme. It's the same offense that allowed the 49ers to win 4 Super Bowls. It's very simple, but it's very effective. Then, after Josh Allen gets fully acclimated with the offense and the offense flourishes, then you can get a superstar wide receiver because you've already had the foundation. I know a lot of Bills fans expect the Bills to pick DK Metcalf as their first wide receiver, but sometimes I get a little nervous when people jump the bandwagon on these superstar wide receivers that look good in the combine, because when I see players like Laquan Treadwell or John Ross, who are great in the combine, but they didn't perform well in the NFL at all. And then when you look at the Minnesota Vikings, their star wide receivers aren't these #1 draft picks. They drafted Laquan Treadwell in the first round, but their best receivers are a 5th round pick and an undrafted free agent. So Bills, do not sleep on Renfrow. And a veteran wide receiver like Michael Crabtree could also be good for you guys. Now wait, let me explain. I know you guys are ranked 2 last year in defense, but it does not hurt to draft another Josh Allen. I know it sounds funny, but there's a guy in Kentucky, and he wears the number 41, and he has a lot of promise. And it will be exciting to see that Buffalo, New York, has 2 Josh Allens ruling the AFC East. You have one on defense, one on offense. I mean, can you imagine this guy throwing touchdown passes while this guy's getting sacks? That will make so much storylines, and it'll be so much fun to see in the future in years to come. And when it comes to defense, you can always get better. You can be the #1 defense for years to come. You have a very strong front 7, great DBs. If you just add more to that, nobody's going to stop you guys.
They can't block me. They can't block me, coach.
Now, I think if the Bills are going to make any trade in a skill position, I think Howard will be a smart pick, because I think he fits the Bills' West Coast scheme. And if the Bills can get a great, solid offensive line and build a great running game, they already have the defense. That is championship formula. Run the ball, converting on 3rd downs, playing defense, controlling the clock. That wins a lot of games. And with Josh Allen as athletic as he is, he can also get some first downs on his feet. In the sport of football, you're always playing for something. Whether it's pride, dignity, your job, your legacy, you're playing for something. Right now the Bills have a chance to do something special. Your stadium is called New Era Field because there is a new era in Buffalo. The last time I saw a man wear red and blue in the state of New York, he was a hero.
Make the 90s seem like a distant memory.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions. They blocking your vision, but no, you can't listen. That shit is all fiction, cause you hold the power as long as you're dreaming.
There's no way that you make it. And maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Aren't you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Aren't you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking fight back? Fucking fight back. Yeah. You ain't gonna make it, you ain't never ever gonna break it. You can never beat them and they're better than you face it. Thinking that they give a damn, you're not, think a straight kid. No, they don't give a damn, you got what I'm saying? I'm not fucking playing, I'll give it to you straight, man. There's too many others and you're not that great, man. Stop what you're saying, stop what you're making. Everybody here knows that you just